Welcome back to DVC Weekly. My name is Jason Erpelding. I'm the broker of Buy and Sell DVC. I'm here with Scott Ferrioli.
I'm the owner of DVC-Rental.com. Remember the dash to save the cash. Buy and Sell DVC.com, as well as mywwhome.com. That's our 7-bedroom house right outside of Disney.
And this is episode 290. Today is August 26, 2026. 11 months from today is July 26, 2027. And 7 months is probably another spring break week for people. And that's March 26, 2027. Today I'm going to speak about DVC Resort, which is Bay Lake Tower. So Bay Lake Tower is a resort that expires 2060. Annual dues are currently $874 per point. There are, at the time of filming this episode, there are 42 Bay Lake Tower listings on the market. Majority of those listings range from $125 to $145 a point.
I was saying now there's only 41 because I just sold one of mine.
Nice. And they have studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and they do have grand villas. Now, one thing is, if you're just getting into DVC and I know everyone is super busy these days and you only have so many minutes, but you have to understand DVC, the range of DVC is humongous. And I'm going to give you an example. So let's say you say, I want to stay from 1224 to 1231 in a theme park grand villa. That's going to be 1,294 points. And 1,294 points, if you got it at 135 a point, that's going to be $174,690 to own your points. And then, of course, you have to pay annual dues on top of that. So you may say, look at that and say, well, DVC is not for me, But then if you want to do March 14th, 2027 to March 19th, 2027.
Which is spring break and not a super cheap time either. That's decently expensive also.
Yes, high demand time. And this is 5 nights, Sunday through Friday, in a deluxe studio, resort view. That's 95 points. So 95 points times $135 a point is $12,825 for your ownership. So again, you just want to keep that in mind. Again, if there's just a huge range there, because you may say, oh my gosh, those people must, their brother must be Jeff Bezos. How are they DVC members? Well, you have to look into it to see how many points you need for when you travel. Or maybe, this person here could be doing this and they only own 50 points and they're doing that trip every other year. There's so many different examples. Like, you don't want to get caught up in, looking at the most expensive option and saying this is not for me. You have to kind of, do a deep dive into DVC.
Yeah, most people aren't staying, in 1,300 point grand villas. Yeah. There's a reason there's hundreds of studios and 4 grand villas, whatever the number is. Most people are staying in smaller rooms. So, this is a great example. If you looked at the first, if anybody who just heard Jason mention the first part, they go $175,000 to buy into DVC. That's absolutely insane. But, when you go, okay, this is actually what 5 nights in a studio would cost you, $13,000, much more reasonable. That's a much easier swing. And most people, again, go for this, maybe a little bit more than maybe 95 points, as the average is 160. But yeah, most people aren't, especially when you're buying that first, buying 1,300 points. Maybe over the years you love it so much you accumulate a bunch and get up to 1,300 at some point, but most people don't, get their feet wet with almost $200,000 worth of points.
It would be it would be interesting if someone, obviously no one has access to this, but if you went out to these grand villa rooms on December 26th and sat down with people staying there and said, how many points do you own? Is this something you do every year? I don't even know if those people exist, really.
I wonder how many points Adam Sandler has. I think we've discussed this before. I know he owns an Animal Kingdom.
Oh, really? I didn't.
Yeah, he's an Animal Kingdom owner. I'm sure that if you go in the deeds, I'm sure it's probably not listed under him. It's probably listed under some LLC or something. I wonder how many points Adam Sandler has. John Stamos is there all the time. How many points does John Stamos own? But
So it would be interesting content, but yeah. So just keep that in mind when you're going into this, because again, I understand, you're just trying to get as quick an information as possible, but you want to kind of get a bigger picture than just a snippet.
yes.
And now we're on to the food review of the week.
Come here, I'm gonna eat you! Get in my belly!
So last week for the food review, I had mentioned our breakfast at Trattoria Al Forno on the boardwalk, and I mentioned that what I had wasn't the best and it wasn't the worst items that we had there. For this episode, I'm going to discuss what my wife had, which was the buttermilk pancakes. They had seasonal compote, bacon, sausage. It was $15, and again, plus the 40% off, which was really nice. What they bring out is 3 thick hockey puck sized pancakes with bacon and sausage. A bit darker, and they kind of look like maybe they were like whole wheat pancakes. Taste on them wasn't very good either. When comparing them, I hate to say this again, but when comparing them to like a Cracker Barrel, which seems funny as we're comparing this like lower end restaurant to Disney stuff all the time, Cracker Barrel pancakes, sausage, bacon absolutely blows away Trattoria Al Forno. The sausage taste was like a mealy texture, and it was sticking to my teeth. Bacon was okay, but the rest of the meal was a huge disappointment, and I would encourage everybody out there to skip this one and try one of the other meals, because the other stuff we had was really, really good. So I'm giving this one a 5.1.
And just to be clear, when you say hockey puck size, you're just reviewing. Okay, you're not referring to this part.
Yes, that too. They're like hockey pucks, like this size and probably like this thick.
I don't.
They're odd.
I've never seen a pancake this thick in my entire life.
They're like pancake biscuits almost, and they're like whole wheat. The texture, like everything was just off on them. Everything just tasted. Now again,
I don't even know if that's a pancake.
I will say Cracker Barrel's known for their pancakes and has some of the best pancakes out there. I'll tell you that right now. But these pancakes were absolutely terrible. Terrible. My wife.
But you still gave it a 5.1? I mean, if I see a pancake like this, it's got to be negative.
It's just, maybe 5.1 is being generous. I don't know.
It is being generous. Yeah, that's above 5.
Well, I'll tell you that we've already gone back since then, and we made sure none of us had this. It was just not good. Maybe forget my 5.1. I'm going 3.1. I was being too generous. It's not good. I would never tell anybody to order this. I would never order this again unless they changed it, because it was bad. I mean, so if you went to the grocery store and picked up Johnsonville sausages and you made them in a pan at your house, it would have blown away the sausage they had there. It was just mealy texture, and again, it was like sticking to my teeth. Nothing was right. The pancakes were wrong. The bacon was fair. No problems with the bacon, but I mean, just like everything else was just off, and it was just bad.
And now we're on to DVC-Rental.
I think it's going to be a quicker episode this week, because we talked a lot about Vero last week, and Jason went over a lot of things. But I just wanted to mention that I think Vero is unbelievably underrated. I think most people don't know about it, which maybe is great for us, but it's also a really, really good use of points. Like, as an example, I've always stayed in an ocean view in-room. So you're guaranteed an ocean view, but it's a studio, so it's not super expensive. And the ocean view in-rooms start at 14 points per night from, in the lowest season from September 1st all the way through almost Thanksgiving, November 23rd. So this isn't even like the cold, like bad season where you go, why would you want to go to the beach today? In September and October, it is still hot here in Florida. It's the least expensive time to go to the beach. So it's an unbelievably good time to go in there. And all of September, all of October, and even into November, May times, it's still really relatively warm. I mean, a lot of times January, February is where it starts getting the cold spells for like a week or two. But this is going to be a warm time in Florida. Inexpensive, 14 points, ocean view room. Resort's beautiful. They just redid the whole pool area last year. The cabin room is currently closed for refurbishments. That's where they have like the bar and everything set up. They have one of their, what's the terminology? One of the rooms downstairs where they have like meetings and stuff, a conference room. They're like a conference room downstairs set up as the temporary bar where they're serving food and they're serving drinks and they're doing bingo games and they're doing karaoke and they're doing all sorts of fun stuff downstairs. So even though the green cabin room is shut down right now, Disney, the guys at Vero Beach are still doing a great job with everything. I mean, again, Jason went there 2 weekends in a row. I just went there for 3 nights as well. Absolutely love Vero Beach. With the no-see-ums, I've been reading online that it was the worst no-see-ums people have ever seen. It wasn't that bad. I mean, I got a couple bites on me. All of us did. I mean, but nothing bad. I mean, there have been times we always try to get out relatively early in the morning and get a table by the pool. And a lot of times those are like right by the mangroves and the bushes and the hibiscus behind them. So a lot of times you look down and there'll be like black dots all over you, even after spraying. This was not that bad. My youngest son got ripped up the most, but I think that's because he was playing volleyball on the beach in the evening-ish area. But otherwise, I mean, Vero Beach, wonderful getaway, relatively inexpensive. I mean, it's very hard to find an ocean view room anywhere in Florida for a price like this. And again, with all the Disney flair to it and all the great
But it's
cast
not too
members
much
there.
Disney flair. It's not.
No, it's not over the top. But I mean, it's just the typical Disney cast members that you would expect. The friendliness, the kindness, by the pool having a little pool party and then doing bingo and doing
you get
trivia,
pin trading,
and it's not, there are not characters walking all around the place or anything. I mean, it's not over the top Disney. It's just a really, really small, nice beach resort with little Disney touches to it that make it very, very cool. So it's wonderful. At some point, I'll be doing reviews because we did eat at the Wind and Waves restaurant while we were down there as well, which is in the resort itself. And they also have the take at the grill, the Wind and Waves grill area. Did you eat any of the places while you were down there? But I mean, it was the same pleasantness that I'm used to. I do want to ask Jason one thing. You go into the little shop when you go there, right? Inside
the gift shop?
The gift shop, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The redhead, Robin, do you know who that is? There's a redheaded lady, Robin, who's been working there, I don't even know how long, but every year since I've ever gone there, say the past 10 years plus, she's been there every single time.
Oh, really?
It's silly. You kind of recognize the people and you watch them grow too. You're like, hey, there's Robin. So if for some reason Robin's watching, hi, everybody knows Robin, say hi to us, say hi from us. But it's cool because these people, live locally and they love their gigs and they're nice people and they live nearby and they just do the Disney stuff. And it's an absolutely wonderful trip, I think.
Are you ever in your room, when they do the daily thing to get your trash? Are you ever in your room? No?
I'm trying to think. Normally, to be honest, we don't make a lot of trash. I put the do not disturb sign up and they just leave us alone.
Oh, what?
When I'm on vacation, I don't want to be bothered. If I want to go back and take a nap in the middle of the day, they won't bother me. I just put my...
No wonder your room's always under surveillance.
But
because the guy that comes by to get our trash, it seems to always be the same guy. And he's always like, oh, Mr. Herbal, good to see you back. And then he tells me about his son and this or this.
If there's any older people who are watching this show and you've watched Cheers, he's like Norm at Cheers. He walks into Vero Beach and everybody working there is like, Jason! Making jokes, hey, normal room, huh? So, they love Jason down there. But I mean, I think it's very, very underrated. I think, honestly, if you walked around Magic Kingdom and asked people there, do they know what Disney's Vero Beach is? I'd say maybe 5% or less probably do.
I got one better for you.
Okay.
If you went to the public beaches that are, even probably Wabasso Beach, JC Beach, Golden Sands, and you ask people where the nearest Disney's resort was, I'm saying more than 50% are going to say Orlando.
Really?
Yeah, because...
You think the locals there don't even...
They don't even know it exists. Because I'm in different...
How's that possible?
Because, well, first of all, it's not like... like when you go over the Wabasso Causeway and then you take the right.
It's not like big signs.
Right. There's no...
Everything's very low key.
And it's almost like it's pushed back from the road. You almost have to make the turn to see the sign, because the sign's not facing the road. It's, so, and it's not like it's 1985 where you're going by and it says no vacancy or, so it's like hidden. So I'm in different Vero Beach Facebook groups, and then once in a while, or if I say something about the Disney resorts or people are like, I had no idea that I lived 5 minutes away from a Disney resort. Like
That's crazy.
because it's not gonna be on the news. You know what I mean? It's not like they're advertising to bring in locals to go there.
I have not seen this, obviously, so I absolutely trust Jason with what he's saying. I mean, think about how low-key this resort is. If locals who live 5 minutes away don't realize there's a Disney hotel right there. I mean, that's insane to me. But I mean, a lot of people are saying it. I mean, that's how low-key and mellow this resort is, that locals don't realize there's a Disney hotel right there. It's not like it's something weird where it's called I'm looking around, it's called, the Rapunzel Resort, Rapunzel Resort, you're going, but it's owned by Disney, but they don't mention it. No, it's called Disney's Vero Beach Resort. It's right in the title. These people don't realize that there's a Disney hotel right there.
Like, I don't even, like, let's say someone's at Wabasso Beach and they just walk along the beach. You don't have to walk very far.
No, it's right there.
And then you're in front of, now again, keep in mind, Disney doesn't own the beach. The beach is public. So you don't have to walk very far, and you're on the beach in front of Disney Resort. I think there's people that walk in front of that every day and don't even know that that's a Disney Resort right there. That's what I mean.
That's very interesting. It's an interesting thought.
So that, I mean, not that we want to keep this episode going, but that's another interesting thing. Like when it gets to January 31st, 2042, like what Disney does with Disney's Vero Beach Resort. So, but anyway. Are you? When are you going to talk about your stay? Is that next episode?
There's
3 episodes.
There's not too much to talk about. There's not too much to talk about with my stay, except for the dolphin tour that I did, and I am going to be talking about that maybe next episode.
There's always stuff to talk about.
I know. The thing is, you spoke so much about, your trip down there.
Yeah, but they want to hear your experience.
It's the same as Jason's. There's
no,
the
it's not.
There's the pool. Well, I told you, I have a different view.
You went to a movie.
You
got the deal of the century. You went to a movie in 1983 pricing.
Fine, I'll mention that while we're doing this then. If anybody's still left watching this episode, they do have an AMC theater there when Spider-Man had just come out. And we were looking to go to AMC theaters here in Disney Springs right when they came out. And we looked for a couple days, and like every theater, every seat was completely filled up already. So we looked down before, we looked at AMC in Vero Beach, which is probably 15, maybe 20 minutes from the resort. And I pulled up the theater, and there was nobody, no seats had been reserved. And then the day of, we knew a storm was coming, so we said, let's check it out. And it was like probably 2 hours before showtime, and 2 seats had been reserved at the whole theater. By the time we showed up with the storm and everything, there were people in there, but it was a big theater. Maybe it had 30, 40 people in it at most, where the other theater at Disney Springs, literally several hundred seats in there, every single seat was taken. Down in Vero Beach, literally, 1/10 of the theater was full. So very nice and relaxing. Pricing as an AMC Stubs people, $4.25 per person. So really, really inexpensive. Nice, very, very nice theater. Nobody in it. So very, very different compared to the Disney Springs Theater versus the Vero Beach Theater. So I'm not sure if people even knew that there was a theater there.
I didn't.
Those same people that didn't know that the Disney Hotel was there, didn't know that there's an AMC Theater there either.
Because now if my kids would have heard this, they would have been like, we should have gone to the movie too.
The thing is, every time we go, you're on the water and it's the summertime. We always get rain. No matter when we go, at some point there's rain and stuff gets rained out. You're at the pool, it's beautiful, and then all of a sudden, bright sunny skies, and you look a little bit to your right, and you're like, oh, those are black clouds coming in. You need something to do? Check out the AMC Theater, not very far away, relatively inexpensive, and there's going to be seats for you. So really nice option to have.
I always wonder at Vero Beach if it's one guy or one person in charge of the lightning warning, or if it's a team, Because we were there, the lightning was X amount of miles away. So
15 miles, whatever it is. Yeah, they shut down the pool and everything. Yep. So,
all right.
Yeah, I think that's all we got for this episode.
All right. See you next week.
Thanks again for watching and or listening. We appreciate it. Everybody's listening to the podcast also. Maybe you're smarter. You don't have to see what we look like. So, everybody have a wonderful day.
But if you see him, though, give him a shout out.
Yeah, say hi to me.
We need to make him famous at Vero Beach, too.
I mean, if we're in
I see now that he has his do not disturb on there. So.
And if we're somewhere where there's food involved, feel free to buy me something and I'll do a food review on it.
There we go.
Have a great day.